lot like a refrigerator. They're about 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. They make ice and... Oh, wait a minute. Actually, a woman is more like a beer. They smell good. They look good. You'd step over your own mother just to get one. But you can't stop at one. You want to drink another woman.
Damn right you want to drink another one.
Drink another one.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. As always, I'm your host, the BeerDad himself, Justin Allen, and I'm joined by my most awesome co-host, Mr. Joshua Kunkel.
Howdy, how?
And today we have a returning guest who's been here quite often, and I'm glad he's back because it's been a minute, Mr. Jose Orozco.
Hey.
Hey, is that all you got to say? You got more than that.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Is it me you're looking for?
Nice to meet you.
So
I know where you're going with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
Today, the BeerDad and Brewed podcast is in a strange and unusual world. We're in the garage.
That's because your wife's mad at you.
She's really not mad at me.
Well, didn't you, impregnate her?
I did. She's we got the C-section in T-minus, a day and a half?
Yeah, that's why she's mad at you.
She's pretty mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just talked to her. She's not happy.
She's not.
No.
So anyways, we're actually out here because, I don't know if you guys can notice the difference, but we are new microphones here on the BeerDad and Brew podcast. Josh and I got together and we did some research and found some pretty decent podcast mics, the Samsung Q2U. So I hope you guys enjoy the sound.
Decided to throw some money at the problem, and I think I like the results.
Yeah, so we're going on the road here pretty soon. So we wanted some the mics that I have are good if you're in a studio or in a controlled environment, which
not the chaos.
a lot of times we don't have that because we're going to breweries and we're doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So these mics are going to be much more suited for that. And that's why we're in the garage, because I wanted to test it. Because in the BeerDad's garage, we have the BeerDad's beer fridge. We have a deep freezer. We have a water heater. We've got, I don't know what the fuck was happening earlier. It was like running water. It sounded like we were in a waterfall. But you didn't hear them on the mics, which was awesome. So, and that's what I wanted to test was.
And you got a camera.
There. Yeah, we're being watched. That's my security camera up there. Yeah. So we are being watched.
Big brother.
Yeah. So anyways, welcome to the show. Really excited to do this episode and test out all the new equipment. I hope you guys enjoyed the new opening. What did you guys think?
Yeah,
I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
And just a little crack of that glass. And
well, everybody loves those sounds.
Oh, yeah. Know what you're getting yourself into right from the get-go.
Yeah, we're pouring brews and we're having a good time doing a beer share, just like what it's all about. So today's episode, though, what I'm excited for is because, the nation's craft beer capital of the world, San Diego, California, we had to feature him again. So we're doing San Diego Craft Beer episode part 2.
Nice.
So today we've got a nice lineup of beers. Jose, where's that can of the first one you poured? So we're gonna get right into it. What'd you do? Shit. He's already lost it.
Is it on the table?
Oh. Wow.
I haven't left the spot, so it's somewhere around here. Let's just pretend it's
yeah. It was good. Oh, there
it is.
Oh, yeah. Creative creature.
Boys. And the funny thing is we really haven't had that much to drink yet. So we're starting out in San Diego for the craft beer capital of the world. We're going to El Cajon, California, to Creative Creature. We're going to be having a Mexican lager, which, by the way, this can art's awesome. Yeah. It's a set of balls, the ones that hang from the trucks.
It's hop cone.
But they're hops.
Hop cajones.
It's, I like it. Hop balls.
Is that what it's called?
I'm going to go hop cones or hop cojones.
Actually, are you ready? El Cajones. That's the name of the beer. El Cajones.
Nice.
El as in the?
Yep. El Cajones. So, I'm pretty excited about this. So we've had Creative Creature before.
Yeah.
We had it last episode, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we got a chance to.
Yeah, we pre-gamed with it, and then we actually ended the show. It was a Houston episode, but we came back to California
That's right.
Some Creative Creature. So we're having El Cajones because this is brewed in El Cajon, California, which is in San Diego County. Mm-hmm. Creative Creature makes some great beers. Oh, yeah. I love them.
Well, the one we had on the last episode was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. I'm getting my foot played with right now, Jose, you sick bastard. All right, so let's do this. This is Mexican Lager El Cajones by Creative Creature.
Started
Salud.
off right. Salud.
All right.
Definitely get that nice roasted corn.
Oh, wow. Dude, that corn hits hard. I like that.
Yeah. Almost got a little bit of like a elote kind of.
Tastes like water.
This is because you're an IPA drinker.
I know. I'm biased. But, you know me. I like to rate it as it's...
But let's put it this way. Let's say we are at Tacos Dos Portillos in Paris.
Oh, I love that place.
We've got birria tacos, El Pastor, carne asada, and some carnitas. And we got all the hot sauces there. Like, you know, they got that nice salsa bar with the free guac. And we're just going to town, and someone slaps some El Cajones on the table. What do you think?
I'd be up for it. I'd throw some pollo asado in that.
Yeah.
This would
really
make a
good.
good marinade.
What
Would make good marinade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice, like, summer beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It is
obviously, yeah.
But
So-
it's easy drinking. What do we
Definitely
got
got
here?
lawnmower.
5%.
Yeah.
So, Josh, right off the back, what are your primary ingredients for a Mexican lager? For this to be, like, if we were at a judging, what would you...
Well,
So
it's
great
funny.
is it?
There's not a specific judging category for Mexican lager. They usually
No
falls.
shit.
Yeah. In the BJCP guidelines, it's referred to as an international lager.
Okay.
Yeah. So typically, it's going to be judged based on those standards. Now, what's kind of funny about that is, obviously, this is very much a Mexican lager. I mean, you can pretty much tell right out of the gate with that
The corn.
big corn.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of funny a little bit too, because you could probably maybe even place this in the American light lager category, since they are known to use adjuncts like corn and rice and stuff like that. So it kind of could go either way. I would purposely throw this one in international lager. I think it would do a much better job. But before we get into all the semantics and all that bullshit, what basically makes this a Mexican lager, if we're going to just go for that, is more or less it is the corn. Because a lot of these recipes are based on German recipes.
Yeah.
You got a lot of German immigrants coming into Mexico, you know, in and around like World War I, prior to that, and short little after even. And with that, you know, they brought in a lot of their recipes for the beer, but they didn't have access to a lot of the local ingredients that they had, you know, back in their homeland.
Right.
So they had to augment and make do with what they could. And guess what was plentiful? Corn. So that's kind of where you get this.
I taste the corn, but for some reason, it feels more like a Pilsner to me.
Yeah, no, that's essentially what it is. It's
Yeah.
a German Pilsner, but in place of Pilsner malt, or you are going to use Pilsner malt. That's like
Right.
the majority of it. But you're going to augment that with
Corn.
you know, corn. Flake
Yeah.
corn,
Right.
you know.
So that's what makes it a Mexican lager.
Yeah. What's interesting is the corn, because corn typically has a lot more sugar than Pilsner malt, so it's
Right.
going to lighten the body a lot more than your typical German Pilsners. Your German Pilsners might be a little bit heavier on the palate than this would be.
Well, I would say this is like the first time I've had this type of, I would say, Mexican lager, as you've described it,
Yeah.
compared to other Mexican lagers that I've had. So my taste buds to it, just kind of just the color, the smell, and the taste, Pilsner.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's
I understand the ingredients and everything that goes into it and
Yeah.
why the name behind it, but
well, that's why from the BJCP guy's standpoint,
Yeah.
this is international lager. You know, there isn't enough of demand, I would say, to put it into its own category of Mexican lager. And because there are a lot of beers that, regardless of what you put into it, it kind of comes out like this.
okay.
You know, it made more sense to them to just combine them all into one big, giant, overarching category.
For sure.
So,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong though, good beer,
Oh, yeah, no.
good
they-
beer. I guess my categories for Mexican lagers and pilsners for this one at least,
Oh, yeah,
they rank right there to each other.
pretty much, yeah.
Taste, smell, and look.
In my opinion, though,
Your
For-
opinion sucks. Nobody wants to hear your opinion.
they do. That's why they listen to the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. But for Mexican lagers, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you put this on the table with like a Corona or Dos Equis
God.
or
Ugh.
what's that? Chihuahua. I'm a Chihuahua.
Or El
Yeah.
Indio.
Yeah, any of those things. I mean, this one blows it out of the water for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, crap beers.
I will say this though, and I know I'm looking at it right now. Your Mexican lager's freaking delicious and better than this one. No offense to Creative Creature because I love your beers. This is a nice, easy drinking summer beer. But your Mexican lager, which I haven't had this recipe yet, but I've had yours before, the one that you did at Props and Hops Festival. That was like one of the most popular beers there. I remember Johnny about drank the whole keg of it.
Yeah. Well, my whole MO for doing it in the first place, and I mean, we'll get into more details with it, but the one thing I see a lot of guys doing the pale Mexican lager.
Yeah.
I rarely, if ever, have seen anyone do an amber or, the dark, you know.
Which is what I like.
Yeah, like the Modelo Negro kind of like, kind of.
Well, even a Dos Equis amber is like night and day from a regular Dos Equis.
Oh, yeah. To me, it's got more flavor. It's got more robustness. It's got more of like everything going on.
Well, because like most of them, like a Corona. Speaking of Corona, you got to stay away from that because you might get the coronavirus. Right? Hold on. Yeah, sorry. There you go. But anyways,
you just had to throw it in there.
You had to throw it in there.
Those beers are terrible. Just they're like drinking water. That's why I like more of the amber style or the darker of the Mexican.
Well, I, as a home brewer, I don't trust anything that comes in a clear glass. Just saying. Yep. Oh wait, no. That is not them. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're looking for right down here.
Creative Creature, El Cajon, California.
Yeah, Creative Creature.
So,
but no.
Check these guys out for sure. Everybody listening, Creative Creature.
Yeah.
They make all kinds of great beers. We talked about it last episode. We had one that we featured. One of these days, we'll get down to El Cajon and do a podcast down there for sure. Because they make some delish beers.
Oh, yeah.
I really wanted to get a hold of that like strawberry versus lemon freaking sour that they had. It looked amazing, and Jimmy didn't get any at the Craft Lounge. I was hoping he would, but that beer sold out quick. So
oh yeah, but I mean he had this one in stock. That's where do you think I got this one tonight?
All right, let's do a quick plug, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for good craft beer, bottles and cans, either to go or to enjoy there at the site in a beautiful, luxurious lounge environment, go visit Jimmy and Jason at the Craft Lounge in Beaumont, California, just north of the 10 freeway. You guys are welcome.
Don't you have to say that you have like a disclaimer? You have no.
I don't.
Yeah.
They're not paying me anything other than just being awesome and right up the street and carrying really awesome beers. So Jimmy and Jason are great.
Yeah, no, they deserve all the love they can give them, man, because they're definitely like supplying.
Well, I
us.
mean, look.
Yeah.
This beer's in El Cajon, and this isn't like a distributed. You can't walk into an Albertsons and buy one of these. So the fact that Josh can get off work, go over to the Craft Lounge and buy Creative Creatures. Awesome.
Yeah.
I did like that episode. I was telling Josh yesterday, out of all the episodes, that's like one of my favorite ones to listen to.
The one we did at the Craft Lounge?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Had a good time.
Yeah, I like that episode.
So, and we're going to do that a lot more here in the future. Like I said, we have a date planned. I hope you get roses, Josh. We have a date planned up at the Idlewild Brew Pub, and we're trying to set something up with Desert Beer Company as well.
Yep.
So any breweries listening to the podcast, Creative Creature, one of them, you guys want us to come down and do a podcast, we'll set it up. We'll schedule a date.
Yeah. That'd be pretty awesome. Make the rounds and try some good stuff.
Absolutely.
So with that being the case, let's break into. Yep, that's the one.
Oh, you guys haven't checked it in.
All right, Jose. You need it.
I know, but I'm checking in the beer.
I'll go and do the favors on this one because I kind of overfilled the growler.
Right.
It's gonna
make some noise. Let's see. I don't know if we're gonna pick this up on the mics because
I don't want to splatter it.
He doesn't want to splatter.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's a squirter.
Oh yeah.
She's a wet one, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Jose tabbed this the Amber Alert Mexican Lager, although there is an Amber Alert beer out there already. What? So we might have to come up with a different name. Aftershock. Their red ale it's called Amber Alert. And then they do a special version of it called Peanut Alert, where they put peanuts in the Amber Alert.
Nice.
So
well, I mean, there's lots of different. We can call it like a. Take a sip. Take a sip.
No, it's still good.
Oh shit!
Got my skills in order.
That's good. No, that's good. So, when you're drinking this beer, So I was telling Josh yesterday, when I drink ambers, I usually like to drink it more with like when I'm eating red meat. I think it goes really great with meat, any type of amber.
We'll have to talk about that after the show, sir.
Oh, yes, you will. But this particular one that Josh has made is the only one that I would actually pair it with dessert. And one of the desserts that I would actually pair it with is creme brulee. I don't know if you ever had that.
Creme brulee, yeah.
Yeah. Just because of the caramel crisp that kind of comes with it, like you would get from a steak.
So, and the caramel flavor comes from dates, because dates put off a nice caramel flavor.
Some of the dates, yes, is a big part of this one, but also one of my favorite grains to use is a special roast.
Okay.
So, and that
gives a caramel flavor.
Yeah, it gives a little bit of caramel, a little bit of biscuit.
So, Josh, you made this because of the date festival, right?
Yeah, actually, a buddy of mine, another Jose.
That's Hoseby.
Yeah.
You can call him Hoseby.
Hoseby.
There's only one Jose, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And it's spelled H-O-Z-A-Y.
Jose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he's with the homebrew club out there in the desert, and we were getting ready to do a big brew with the other club members at my house, and I was telling him, hey, I got this amber, and he's like, yeah, I really like that beer. What are your thoughts about putting some dates in? I was like, you got me sold. Yeah.
Well, we talked about one of our next beers that you and I are going to make. Kind of wanted to do a date milkshake IPA.
That'd be good. Actually, he turned me on to
Jose. He's scared.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know.
It's not in your wheelhouse, Jose, but I think you might like it. I didn't think so, and I told Josh this the first time. Someone's like, "You got to have a date milkshake," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm not gonna like that. Dates are for old people. That's what they eat to go poop." Right. It's prune. Well, it's basically what a date is. It's like a prune.
No shit.
And so a little bit different.
Like,
Josh is shaking his head over here like, no,
a little bit different. It tastes a lot better than a prune.
I've watched The Sex Life of the Date.
Okay.
All
right. So anyways, the date festival goes on, and then out by where Josh lives, they have a bunch of places that serve date shakes. So finally I had one, and I was like, it's going to taste like a fucking raisin shake. I'm not going to like this. And because they look like giant raisins.
Right.
Yeah. And so, and I think to that point, I had actually never had a date. I just knew what they were. I've seen them. Yeah. I'm like, it's a big freaking raisin. I'm not going to eat that. But I had a date shake, and it was freaking delicious. It tastes like caramel. It was so good. I was like, dude. And every time I go out and see Josh, I'm like, I got to get a date shake while I'm out here. And I never do. One of these days, I'm going to finally get one.
So if you do that, swing by Desert Hot Springs, because a buddy of mine told me there's a place, I think it's called like the Windmill Cafe out there.
Mm-hmm. Don't go too far into though.
Yeah. Don't. It's on the outskirts of DHS, luckily. But if you go out there,
stay on the main roads. Steer clear of the moors.
Yeah,
don't go at night.
Cash only, but I guess they use like a different variety of date to do like their date shakes, and I guess everyone fucking raves about this place.
Or the kids' business. I don't know if you've ever been out there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I love their sandwiches.
Oh yes, they do some good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so back to this. So this is Mexican lager with dates. And it's what's the ABV on it? Do you remember?
This one was a little lighter than I'm used to. This one is about 5.8.
5.8.
5.8, 5.9.
So stronger than the Mexican lager we just had.
Yeah, it's usually this one sits around the 6 mark.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So
All right. Well, cheers.
Salud.
Cheers. Salute. This is a home brew by my wonderful co-host. Let's have some. Wow.
We're in the dark.
We are. There goes the automatic lights.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm pretty proud of this one.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because when I first put it up, the old BeerDad sniffer right away picked it up. This smells delicious. And then what I really like is the initial flavor, not a lot of sweetness, but just malty, very, very tasty. And then my sweetness is at the tail end, and then it rinses clean.
Well, that's because you're sweet all over.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, very, very good combination here, Josh.
You're welcome. So let's proceed to blow your mind.
Okay.
You ready for this?
So Jose, my good friend, he is, Jose, what nationality are you?
American.
I like it.
Yeah.
America.
But no, both my parents are Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he.
I don't know what that actually means.
So he has these things that we would call Twinkies dipped in chocolate. But what are they called, Jose?
They are called gancitos.
Gancitos.
And
They're delicious.
about 240 calories per each one.
So
but
very healthy.
Very, extremely healthy compared to a
so
Twinkie.
here's my thing, because you're one of my best friends in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Mexican people. I grew up in San Diego, so
Especially when you're inside them.
we'll stay quiet on that one.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I gotta say, like, Mexicans know how to do it right, because you took a Twinkie and you just fucking put some goddamn steroids on it, because you shoved some like strawberries on the inside with some extra cream, and then you dip the fucker in chocolate.
Yeah.
And then put chocolate sprinkles on top.
And chocolate sprinkles on top. Like we're not fucking around here.
Yeah.
You guys, you're freaking Americans with your plain ass freaking Twinkies.
With just a little bit of cream in the middle.
Yeah, no, this is like
That's
Twinkie on steroids. So
Yeah.
a Concito paired. Do I take a drink of the beer first or eat the Concito first?
You tried the beer, so you know what the beer tastes like,
Right.
All right.
right? So
eat
go,
this.
Yeah,
you-
so
go-
eat that.
Yeah, eat that, and then take another sip, or get some flavor going.
Believe it or not, my wife actually hates these. And I'm like, dude, you're Mexican too. Well, I'm like, well, you're born in America, so you're American.
There's coconut in here?
I
taste
don't
coconut.
believe so.
I feel like there's coconut in there.
I never got it, but
No.
Hmm.
No. Maybe that's just your taste bud.
Maybe.
There's no. I've eaten
It's
these-
fucking delicious.
Well,
I'm not
don't
going
get
to
me
lie.
wrong. No, I've had these my whole life, but I've never
Mhm.
tasted coconut.
It's actually been a long time since I've had one. You used to bring them all the time on the Boo Boo bus when you and I were partners.
Oh yeah,
We'd eat them.
they're delicious. I love these things.
All right, here we go.
And what you think?
Concito. I chewed it up. Tastes delicious. And now I'm going to have some Mexican lager with dates. You're onto something.
Right? Right?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Is it?
What do you get? What is the taste buds of the BeerDad have now?
It looks like he's just had like an epiphany here.
Well, let me tell you something. I feel like these were meant to be
together.
together.
Yeah.
You know? Like J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez. Took a while, but eventually they got together.
Oh yeah.
They're like meant for each other.
And she went through a lot of dick.
She did. Unfortunately, not mine. I mean,
Right.
I didn't say that. Beer wife, if you're listening, I love you. But
My wife, if you're listening to, I would have totally done it.
it is J-Lo.
It is Jill. Forgive me later.
Yeah. Well, technically, she's on my hall pass list. You know, the wife and I have this like, one of those married couple things. I'm sure all the married couples listening have. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, like she's got that Jax Teller guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
got
I would
J-
totally
got-
fuck Denzel
Now,
Washington.
I will Denzel. Yeah,
He's
I will
sexy.
tell you this about J-Lo. She had a stage where she was like no bueno for a little bit. She had like the Dora the Explorer haircut.
Oh,
and
I
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
it was like right after she had the twins,
Yeah.
and I was like,
We all go through a depression stage.
yeah, I wasn't in. But now, like lately, like at the Super Bowl, her and Shakira. Oh. Sorry, I
Did I
didn't,
tell you?
mean to give you the Tim the Toolman Taylor noise, but
Mm.
yeah, that was a good
Do
Super
you
Bowl
want me
halftime.
go to your bathroom? Give me one of your socks. I'll be right back.
Oh, we've hit a new low here on the BeerDad and Brewed podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
But either way, finish your description of what you think.
But anyways, these two go together very well. I just think they complement each other because, like this right here, just having the chocolate flavor with it, it just like adds that little extra.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like brings out this nice like fruity sweet.
I'm curious if, and I think this would be a hit if we made a pastry stout with those fucking things. What do you think?
Well, I will say intrinsically, I am against the concept of
I
pastry
know.
stein. I'll do it as a gimmick.
But we had that from Creative Creature last episode, and it
Yeah.
was delicious.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
But to me, I would build the recipe to like make that stand on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still throw these fuckers things in it, but
Yeah, it was
I
maybe at the end in a whirlpool.
yeah, I don't truly believe these would actually add the flavor that we're looking
Maybe.
for. But
But I think to
That's
get,
just my
to get that
purist.
flavor, because I do get a hint of coconut. I think if you did a little toasted coconut, extra heavy on the chocolate,
yeah,
a little bit of the strawberry, and some marshmallow cream.
oh, You could probably get that with a little bit of lactose.
Could do that too.
Lactose and vanilla give a really nice marshmallow.
Would you drink that because you're a stout drinker, Jose? Would you drink that if we made a stout that tastes like one of them?
I drink it. Make love to it first.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's in the works. We'll
We'll
strike that as a future project.
Yeah. No,
Call me when you're starting to make that one, because I'll probably show up.
I was gonna say, like, I got some tinkering going on already here. So.
Josh's wheels are already turning.
Yeah. The only part that really like blows my mind, you obviously when you had this beer first, before you had the Gansito, you had that sweet taste, right?
Yeah.
Right afterwards. I feel like this neutralizes it, and it just
Well, it does because
brings it
the
to
Gansito's sweeter.
yeah,
So by eating that, and then it mellows this beer out more.
yeah,
Yeah.
it gives it just like that mature
Yeah.
taste. Like without it, it's like, hey, I'm super sweet.
Yeah.
With it, it's like, I'm perfect.
Yeah. Well, good looking out, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing the
Yeah.
Gancitos. And
Yeah.
Josh, you always make good beers. I don't need to thank you because that's a given.
Well,
Ironically, how drunk was I when I like made that like 2 and 2? I was like pretty shit faced that day.
That was just last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did the original pairing a couple months ago with the other version, but this one just kind of amplified it. You know,
yeah.
even like tenfold there.
Yeah.
I mean, we were going pretty heavy that.
Yeah, and I was just like, holy shit, hang on.
Yeah,
I'm
like
Josh,
I remember you
don't move.
your eyes lit up just like, you know, it was like, well, you couldn't even get the words out. I was like, oh, you're just gone.
Stand by just one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You know?
And he came back and he's holding this fucking chocolate Twinkie, and I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
you know. And he's like, try this, and I was like, oh crap.
Like, oh, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
go for it. Yeah, go for it. By the way, I am going to submit this beer into the National Homebrew Comp. So wish me luck, listeners. So we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of that, and while we're in here, I kind of wanted to segue into some home brewing news, and I'm going to turn that over to you. We mentioned it briefly before, but if you could please tell the listeners the upcoming Homebrewers Brewfest that's coming up.
Yes.
Give them the dates and all the information about that.
All right. So for anyone who does homebrewing or is interested in getting into homebrewing, and you think to yourself like, well, I'm a homebrewer, I love beer, I make beer, but where's my festival?
Right.
Well, fear not, folks. There is a homebrew festival for you. There's one specific to Southern California. It is known as Southern California Homebrew Festival, and it is put on by the California Homebrew Association, which if you join them, it's $10 a year, your annual membership, pretty cheap if you ask me. Now, with that membership, you will then be able to purchase tickets to this festival, which is, I think this year it's May 1st and 2nd. Okay. So it's usually the Friday and Saturday of the first weekend of May.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, if you go to the California Homebrew Association website and you try to just purchase tickets without having a membership, you will not see them. They do not exist. But once you have your membership, they will pop right up and you can purchase them as they are. I think right now they're still in the $45 mark, but every month they are going to go up, and then they are going to stop selling them about a week or two before the festival, and they do not sell them at the festival. So if you show up late to the party and you saying, hey, I'll just buy it at the gate, don't do that. They will turn you away. They are pretty serious about this because homebrewing has a bit more laws attached to it than, say, your average brewery beer. But here's what you get for your money. You will get 10 hours of drinking, unlimited drinking, I should say.
10 hours.
10 hours.
Unlimited.
Unlimited drinking, and you get to choose between one of 400 probably plus beers at this festival. You have about 40 clubs pouring anywhere from 5 to 20 beers.
Yeah.
So it gets pretty crazy.
So it's like a brew fest on steroids. And real quick to interject on that for people kind of unfamiliar with the whole home brewing aspect, but they're craft beer lovers. What's great about a lot of these home brewers and home brew fests, and when you see a home brewer at a regular brew fest, is you got to remember home brewers, it's all about passion and tinkering and playing around with stuff. Whereas an actual craft brewery, they're worried about profit and loss, right? Because they got to make money eventually. That's what they're there. It's a business. Yeah. Whereas you get these home brewers, you're going to have some amazing flavors that you probably won't get to experience at a craft brewery because, again, there's no profit and loss, right? Like Josh and I's beer, the turmeric, and ginger beer. You're not going to see something like that with as well. You might see something like that at a brewery, but not with as much turmeric as we use.
Yeah. We're like, we just dumped our profit into this beer.
But it was delicious.
Yes. But it's funny you mention that, because that is one thing you will see at this festival is you're going to see a lot of one-off beers, things you're not going to find anywhere else, and a lot of stuff that, the major brews and craft breweries are just can't touch and won't touch. Yeah. So you get some pretty cool stuff going on. Not to mention, because the event is at the Vale Lake just outside Temecula, you have the option of camping during the festival. So if you hook up with a homebrew club, you can do that, or you can get a campsite there. And, you basically walk your way to the festival, you stumble your way back to your campsite and call it a night, make some food. So it's like, to me, it's like overall just awesome event. And I've been going to it like a number of years now, and I just love it to death. It's just awesome event.
So listeners, definitely go check out that Homebrew Festival in Temecula, Vale Lake.
Yep.
What were the dates again?
May 1st and 2nd.
May 1st and 2nd. So go online and join the
California Homebrew Association. Or CHA.
I was actually going to buy my ticket next month, but thankfully Josh stopped me.
Yeah.
You, sir, lied to me.
I know. Yeah.
Little fib.
Little something came my way that a little too good to pass up, so I'm going to have to sadly excuse myself from this year's festival, but
isn't that like a president?
Yeah, it is without remorse, but I will be there happy and hungry and thirsty.
I'm sure you'll be well represented though by your club.
Yeah, I mean our club will be pouring. I will have beer there. Don't get me wrong. I may not be there in person, but I will be there in spirit, literally. So
I've technically I'm like one of your members by default. I've showed up to like 2 of your events pretending to be.
Yeah, no, I mean
pouring beer for your like club.
He's like, hello, my name is Jose, and I brew beer.
I brew beer, which I don't.
Well, I mean,
but you drink a lot of it.
I drink a lot of it.
Well, when I was still brewing out here in like Marietta, I mean, you remember?
I'd come over.
Yeah, you come over and you were my like secondhand, right-hand man with my brew.
There, you're like, stir this. Okay, stirring away.
Yeah. Would you say one time I was like, you're like the Jesse to my Heisenberg or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I forget.
All right, let's go and dive into this next beer.
So you're giving me some. What are we drinking here?
Novo Brazil.
I'll let you do the introduction as always.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next beer we're off the homebrew kick. Delicious beer, by the way, Josh. Good job.
Thank you.
We're gonna go back here because this is a San Diego craft beer episode, part 2. We're going back to our good friends at Novo Brazil down in San Diego County, and this is called Amazonia. It's a sour ale with acai.
Nice.
That sounds healthy.
Yeah.
I like Brazilian waxing.
Brazilian women.
Well, the waxing that they get.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nice.
All right, so let me wipe some of this condensation off so I can read this to you boys.
Do you have condoms?
Condensation.
Inspired in the Brazilian forest, Amazonia series. Bring this time our world famous acai berry. This sour ale is super drinkable and crisp. Feel the Amazonia moisturizing your mouth on each sip.
Ooh.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So Nova Brazil's made some great beers. I love their hazies. We featured them on our first San Diego craft beer episode. Thank you, Jose.
I have one job.
You had one job.
Hey, and you did it flawlessly.
Oh, it's nice and red.
Ooh, nice.
Almost looks like a strawberry.
Yeah,
almost.
Like a strawberry lemonade.
Have you, Jose? Have you actually ever had any kind of acai juice or anything like that?
Yeah, you do. Wow. Believe it or not, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
All right. So, anyways, I don't know if you remember this, Josh, but back in like 2000, I'm gonna go 2008, maybe 9. There was this multi-level pyramid scheme marketing thing called Monavi. Do you ever remember hearing about that?
I know the name. I don't know why, but
so it's when acai berries have been around for a while, but they were really expensive and hard to find.
I don't even know whose glass this is.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck it.
We don't have.
Nobody has the coronavirus, right?
No, there's no coronas here.
I got this butt, right?
But the only virus you should get is when you're surfing porn.
I mean, I did just fly back from Wuhan, China. Does that make a difference?
No, that's where the Wu-Tang Clan's from, right?
You know,
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Ghostface.
Damn.
All right, so anyway, so the Mona V was like one of those like pyramid multi-level marketing things. They were like these wine bottles, and it was straight acai juice, and it was supposed to be like a miracle elixir, right? And people were selling these things.
Oh, yes.
yeah,
I
so-
remember that scam.
So Justin Tracy, I hope you're listening, by the way. Congratulations on your engagement. Him and I used to just clown on all the guys in our office that were trying to sell that shit. Because it's like, okay, acai juice, yeah, it's good for you, but it's not going to cure cancer and all. Like, I mean, it just was insane. But it is very, very good for you, and it's a delicious berry. We'll
It's
see how it
still
tastes in a
around
beer.
now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like you can go to Jamba Juice and get an acai bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as exclusive as it used to be.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
You used to it was almost like selling like Herbalife.
Yeah.
I remember those people. You're like, oh no, I sell that shit.
First of all, I love that smell.
Oh yeah.
Now, I know Jose's not a big sour guy. Josh and I are. So I'm excited to try this.
Actually, no, that's good. It's very light for a sour. That's like not tangy. I mean, you're getting the tanginess from like the fruit, not from the sour. That's interesting because it's to me, it's got more almost like a Brett character to it. You know, like wild yeast kind of character.
So there's sours that go from really extreme spectrums, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We have our sours that you take a drink and you freaking, it's like, remember those fucking candies, the Warheads or whatever the hell they were called? I mean, you pucker and you're like, oh my God. Like, and those, I can't do those. So there's those types of sours. And then there's the sours that go to the other extreme spectrum where they say they're sours and it's almost like you're drinking pure sugar, like a pureed fruit smoothie.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about there, right?
Oh yeah.
And then there's like kind of the in-between. And I feel like this is like in between the in-between and the pucker. There's really no sweetness at all.
Yeah, it's dry. It's well, I'm not used to the acai berry being sweet anyways. It's
Yeah.
always to me been kind of a dry,
Right.
like mild tanginess.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, you know, the beer complements it or puts it front and forward right there.
Right. What Jose, I know you don't like sours, so I'm going to say this is a decent sour. Josh?
Well, I would go so far as, I mean, nothing against Novo, but I wouldn't even call this a sour. Like it has to me more of a Brett or wild yeast character to it.
I have to agree.
Yeah, like I mean, it's a good beer. It stands on its own. But if I'm gonna go, like if I'm gonna put my judge hat on here, I'm not gonna call this one a sour. I'm gonna probably call this a mild wild yeast or a Brett beer, because I get the Brett character like big time on. That's that kind of farmhouse, kind of like almost a little like I guess some people describe it as horse blanket. You know, this kind of like funk, like on the back end. I'm not sure if are you getting that, Jose, or
I like horses.
yes, horsies are nice.
Horstick.mpeg.
Oh yeah.
That's a great movie, by the way.
So back in the days, I'm sure you guys are older than me, so you know this. You guys remember $2 Chuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it tastes like box wine, like the red kind,
Okay.
like the cheap stuff you buy at Costco that's red to drink just to get drunk.
Okay.
I don't brew beer. I've never really been like a competition brew judge.
Yeah.
I just drink lots of Guinness because that's my favorite beer in the world.
Yeah.
But I do drink a lot of IPAs and varieties of different beers that you've opened my eyes to, which had made me a beer snob. But I've never had any type of beer with this type of category. I get nothing up front. I get just water tasting, but I do get like almost like a red box wine aftertaste.
Well, that might be the acai or
Okay.
acai or
whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
I will say it is a lot lighter. I mean, typically I'm used to Brett character like coming like punching you in the mouth, like "fucker, I'm here," you know.
and I've not had
And this is definitely light. Like, I mean, I've been drinking enough of it over the years that I could pick it out. So I get it there. I know it's there, and I'm sure if you were to sit on this can for a while, it would pick up more and more of that character, which to me I think complements the beer. I I really do. Like I've always been a fan of the Brett, and especially when it's done in a subtle. Like I'm not a big fan of like straight funk house, like like I said, punchy in the mouth kind of Brett. But this to me, this also makes to me like a good like summer beer. Like I can easily see this on a hot day.
Yeah, it's kind of refreshing, and it.
I could add this to like a strawberry margarita.
Yeah, add a little bit of carbonation type.
The carbonation's flat to me. I don't know. It's
Not a big fan.
Well, very drinkable.
Yeah.
The taste is it's a good taste.
Yeah.
Well, I figured you'd kind of be in between on this because you don't like sweet, which it's not sweet at all.
It's not sweet to me,
and
I don't taste the sour.
And you don't like sour, so it's kind of like that in between. It's just a different flavor for you.
Yeah. I don't get the sour that you guys get, and I've had plenty of sour beers with you, so I'm like I forget which.
Well, it's a different type of sour, like you said, more like a Brett.
Yeah, I mean Brett can have sour notes, but I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not getting like any sour notes.
I know a guy named Brett. He's not this sour.
Brett Favre.
Well,
yeah.
the reason
he's got a small dick apparently.
and kind of like beat the dead horse here, is the reason why I'm kind of going the Brett arena on this one, like severe Brett arena, is because this beer is also really dry. Yeah. And Brett beer is typically that wild yeast that creates that Brett flavor typically eats whatever leftover sugars are left in the beer. It just cleans up like big time.
I don't get the dryness. Like when people say dry, I think more like a white wine.
It kind of dries the back of your tongue.
But it doesn't. For me, it leaves it moist.
Moist? Okay.
Yeah, my mouth is... It's left very moist. I don't get the dryness.
Well, do you get a little bit of like a pucker thing on the
Hold
side?
on.
I don't.
Oh,
Say moist one more time, please.
Moist.
Thank you. Because I have some listeners. Danielle, I hope you're listening.
Is she hot?
Say moist. Moist. Say it. Moist. Say it, Josh. Moist.
Lower.
There's some people that there's certain words that are like nails on the chalkboard, and for her, that's one of them. So
like we just threw her into a frenzy.
She probably turned the radio off right now.
I don't get the dryness. I get more of a wet taste.
Wet. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's dive into the next one.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's cruise.
Thank you, Novo.
Novo Brazil.
Yeah.
By the way, it's still a good beer, and I would still drink it on a hot summer day. Yeah. But I think I would have to have more.
It's
of
not
these.
so for me so far of everything that I've had from Novo Brazil. It's not my favorite. I think so far my favorite is either the Momo Haze or
that was a good one,
or the Bassa Haze. Those are the two that I've had that I really enjoyed.
I think Momo was good. Yeah, that was like top of the mark right there.
I still haven't had the mango. Gotta have the mango.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
well, when we go down to Novo Brazil, and I hope you guys are listening, you better have some mango for the BeerDad.
To be honest, looking at this next beer that we're about to have,
Jose is gonna love that can.
Literally,
this is all about Jose right here.
You have to be born in the night, or at least in the '80s, to really enjoy this beer because you'll go into more description. I don't want to ruin it for your host, but yeah, dude. Like I grabbed it and I was like.
You're like, what the hell? Is this my binder from high school? What's going on here?
Binder from middle school, man.
So,
middle school going into high school.
Let me see the can here. So
Jesus.
we're segueing into our next brewery, which is Pariah Brewing down in San Diego. PariahBrewingCo.com if you want to check them out. They make some pretty cool beers. This is called, the name of this beer, Only 90s Kids Will Get This IPA.
Yes.
Okay.
That is
and
true.
so what's cool about this is it's got like the old notebook, the little black and white notebook. Yeah. And then you flip it over and it's got doodles on here. Like it's got like the freaking Stussy symbol.
I was gonna say Stussy.
It's got Furbies. It's got the freaking flat skateboards, Game Boys, rollerblades, Capri Suns,
64
Super Soakers. Remember those fucking things?
Oh shit!
What else they got on here? More
64.
Stussies. Oh, Nintendo 64 controller. We got the yin yang symbol.
Yeah.
Oh look, a beeper. I had one of them. What else? Oh, we got those like those 90s style glasses, the little triangle
shape. What kind of
shape.
shoes is that? Is that
Those are Cortezes. It looks like.
They're Cortez.
Yeah.
Damn. Get some fresh prints.
God, remember that Furby? Remember people were stabbing each other for those things?
Oh God.
Fresh prints. Yeah. Oh look. Oh shit. There's a Ninja Turtle head.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, this is badass.
Rollerblades.
Rollerblades
big in the 90s.
Big deal. So this is like all three of our childhoods right here in this can. So Pariah, just based upon the can art, I'm probably going to like this beer more than I probably would have without the can art.
Yeah.
So that already gave you like up in the 3s and 4s for me already.
Dude, I remember that. That Super Soaker was like, it was yellow with
Green.
Green.
Yeah, neon green and yellow. I had that one.
Yeah. And
with a red tip.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
orange tip.
You were like a badass. If you
Oh,
had
yeah,
that
you were.
one,
Yeah,
someone showed up with that, you went home because you're like, I get fucked up.
Yeah.
So for
my little green, like
Yeah, you got the little green
single
one,
pump.
I think it was only like $20, but back then,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
$20 was like.
So for the brewers here, Joshua, the hops they used was Citra, Apollo, and then malts they used two-row, oats, wheat, and dextrose.
Like the
dextrose. That's
the
gonna
moon
be,
god,
huh?
Apollo.
So this comes in at 8.2%.
Oh wait, dextrose. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was thinking lactose for a second, but
8.2%, but 42 IBU, so it's not going to be too bitter. It's going to be
that's almost
right
session.
on the
That's
money.
like session right there. Huh.
But yeah, this is only 90s kids will get this IPA by
Dextrose like
Pariah Brewing
sugar.
Company.
You're taking away my one job, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Douchebag.
Go
No,
ahead.
you already fucked
All
up.
right, well,
Yeah.
I'm pouring.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got excited because of the can. I can't help
Don't
myself.
forget about the binder, the
black and white,
black
Yeah.
and white
the little notepad.
notebook. Yeah, notepad. That's what it was.
That was what they call that, your journal. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Make sure you put your assignments in your journal.
Yeah, good.
Screw you, Mr. Hand. I didn't really have a Mr. Hand. I think that's from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. All right. Josh, you haven't seen the can, so enjoy.
Nice. I like the hop buster in place of the blockbuster.
It's got a fucking great color, guys, if you
Yeah.
look at that. I know it's a little dark out here in the BeerDad garage, but it's a hazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's an IPA.
Nice.
I feel like Jose's in love with this beer already. He's like, it's an IPA. And then he's already drooling over the can.
Well, again, I never went to college, so I always feel out of place when I drink hazy because I just feel like it's frat boys, colors popping. I'm in the East Coast, and I'm over here on the West Coast, uneducated, kind of a little bit illiterate.
Wait, hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let Jose fool you. He is a flight paramedic on a helicopter. He is well educated. He saves lives. But go ahead, continue. I know you like your West Coast IPAs.
Yeah,
I'm a West Coast guy. Okay.
By the way, he's good at saving lives. Okay, I get it.
He is. I worked with him for several years. We were partners. That's why we're such good friends. Spent a lot of time on the Boo Boo Bus together. And, yeah, we know pretty much everything about each other. It's kind of scary.
That's true. I've seen you naked.
Couple times.
You've seen me naked.
Couple times.
A couple times.
It's a good time.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
It happens.
Like my wife has helped me send you naked
Yeah.
photos.
So one time for my birthday, I get a Snapchat, and I open it up. Actually, I think it was just a text message picture.
Yeah.
I open it up, and Jose is wearing nothing but a bow tie,
Oh yeah.
stark naked,
It was a Snapchat.
and it was happy birthday, right?
Yeah.
I open it up, I'm like, holy shit, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fucking Jose's naked again. And then after about maybe 2 minutes, my brain started turning again, and I was like, wait a minute. Who the fuck took that picture? Because it wasn't a selfie. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I sent him a message. I'm like, who the hell did he made his wife do it.
Yeah.
And she gladly did it because she loves me too. So
My wife is an amazing person.
Yeah,
The
she
stuff
is.
she puts up with, I don't
Yeah.
know why she's still with me. I'm not
Hey
worth
man.
it.
Oh, Josh
when-
knows.
I was gonna say when I was best man. I mean,
Yeah.
I did call it to task, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm glad I did. And she is an amazing woman. Yes.
She is. And I love her to death.
Oh yeah.
yes. All right. So
All right, here.
Yeah.
cheers to Isara
Yeah.
Cheers to Asar and all
And-
the '90s kids
and
out
the
there.
90s
All the
kids. All right, Pariah Brewing Company. We're having some 90s beer. Let's do it. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Can I say blasphemy stuff on this?
Blasphemy?
No.
What do you got?
God damn.
Yeah.
That's good.
You like that?
That tastes
Yeah.
good.
That's
Yeah.
a fucking great beer.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Fuck.
Pariah.
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 Hey,
It's
that's
almost-
blasphemous right there, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Only 90s kids.
Yeah.
Well, what does it say? We'll get this IPA. Is that what it says?
Well, fuck. I'm going to
Only
be right
90
there.
kids will get this IPA.
Yeah. And I get this IPA. You get this IPA?
Well, I already told you I was at a 4 because of the fucking can art.
Oh yeah.
Because this literally is my childhood right here. By the way, let me tell you about my childhood. I literally sold my childhood today to pay for my half of these microphones.
You sold your Nintendo?
I sold Nintendo, Super Nintendo,
Oh, I still have my Super Nintendo.
Nintendo 64,
GoldenEye?
Wait, I'm not done. Xbox 360,
Ooh.
PlayStation 2, and
The fact that people are
a
still
Wii and a Wii U.
that people are still looking for this stuff on the internet blows my mind.
So I met this guy, a cool guy. If anybody wants to sell all their old video equipment, that's what he does. He buys old ones, he cleans them up, refurbishes them, makes them look like brand new, and gets them working like perfect, and then he resells them for profit. But he gives you a lot more than you would get from GameStop.
Oh, shit.
Dude, GameStop was like, I don't even want that. That's too old. I'll give you $10 for this. I'll give you a 50 cents per game kind of bullshit. Like, GameStop's retarded.
Yeah.
But this guy,
They're corporate.
he gave me a fair price, and he's a nice guy, and he actually drove to my work and came and picked it up, gave me cash.
Yeah. There you go.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So I sold my childhood, so I feel like I just got it back.
Well, what's his name? Well, how do you get to him?
I have his info. I'll give it to you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got an Xbox. The
You wanna sell
original
my-
one.
Yeah.
That's just sitting in my closet collecting dust.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll give you some cash for it. So anyways, only 90s kids will get this IPA. We'll get some photos up of some of this can art and all that kind of jazz for everybody that's listening. But Pariah Brewing Company in San Diego, California, you guys fucking made a delicious beer.
God
Yeah.
damn, this tastes good.
Yeah. That's
Best San Diego beer I've had so far tonight.
Well,
Maybe they got it from a Will's vagina.
they could have. I will say this. We Pariah. And this is actually my first Pariah Brewing, so
yeah.
Me too.
it sucks
likewise.
because now if I drink anything else from them and it sucks, I'm gonna be mad because this is too good.
Well, let's see if they're. You think they're gonna be on?
Oh no, they're very popular.
Okay.
Yeah, they're big. But
On tap. Here we go.
by the way, you can pick this up. This Only 90s Kid will get this IPA. You can pick this up at Bevmo. That's where I found it.
Oh, really?
Oh, there it is. So the average on
What's on tap?
on tap, 8.2% for alcohol. Blah, blah, blah. So the average is 4.7.
Damn.
That's pretty high.
That's
Just-
a 5, right?
Oh,
Believe it or not, I'm gonna give it a 4.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
4.25.
Actually, yeah, 4.7 is fucking high because that's out of 5.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, only 90s Kids will get this IPA. Definitely deserves a round of applause because very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go visit Pariah. I've never been there.
Where's it at?
San Diego.
Well,
on,
I
bro.
get that. I mean,
I don't.
that's like saying, "Oh yeah, it's in Los Angeles." Well, where is that?
It's in San Diego, California. Let's see if they put the address on here. I don't know if they did. Brewed and canned in San Diego, California by Pariah Brewing Company. www.pariahbrewingco.com. Check them out.
They have a one called "He Stole My Balloons." That's also it's gotten like a big hit.
That's a good name.
I wonder if it's a reference to American Werewolf in London.
Maybe.
Remember that?
Mm-mm.
Mummy, a naked American man stole my balloons. Oh, by the way, yeah, Josh just pointed
Oh
out.
yeah, you do have the poster right there. That's
Oh,
weird that you have that one poster.
Yeah.
Random.
No, well, I got a Jaws poster over there. So those
Well,
are two of my favorite horror movies of all time. Jaws and American Werewolf in London. I'm old school.
I really don't call Jaws a horror movie. It's more like a documentary. Don't go swimming in the fucking ocean.
I mean, that's true.
That's what happens when you
It's
go swimming
true,
in the
but
ocean.
at the same time,
I don't like the ocean.
sharks don't fucking literally target individuals to eat them.
I learned all my knowledge from there, and yes, they fucking do. I ain't going in no fucking water.
I did see Jose snorkel in the Bahamas, ladies and gentlemen, but he was snorkeling with a watchful eye, let me tell you.
But we were also on the Disney Island, and there's a fucking shark net
Wait,
all around us.
Disney
Yeah.
has an island?
But sharks still get in there, but little ones. Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that. Oh,
Castaway Key, it's their private island. When you go on a cruise, they drop you off there, and it's like the most ridiculous oasis you've ever seen in your life.
I'm sorry, you just kind of blew my mind with the fact that Disney owns a Fuck.
Oh, no,
Actually, I shouldn't put it past them. They own everything else.
They
right
they
back.
not only own
Wife's calling.
they not only own one island, now they own 2 islands.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, lucky for them.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
only 90s kids will get this IPA. Delicious, delicious, delicious.
Yeah. So I'm definitely digging on this beer, hardcore, and
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go to Pariah for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, and I mean I used Citra hops before, and I love Citra hops. They do amazing comp. But Apollo, I have not. So this actually gives me some hope to maybe play around with Apollo moving forward.
You know what this one kind of reminds me of, Josh? Remember the sleeper hold that we
Little
had
bit.
last episode?
Yeah,
It's got that like pillowy mouthfeel,
a little bit.
a little creamy.
Yeah, this one's got more of the citrus kind of coming through than that did.
More citrus, but the same mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ride should be here in about 50 minutes.
50? 15.
50.
Oh, okay. Well, we got...
Yeah, we got plenty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got
All right.
So,
So,
jump into our next.
yeah.
Now, this is a brewery that I just had to go on a limb and say they've been just fucking killing it. I mean, we've
Well,
had them before, but
We've had them before, and I talk about them before. This is probably the BeerDad's. God, I hate to say favorite brewery, but they're everything that they've been putting out is fire. This is pure project, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
Like a STD fire?
No.
No, the kind that you actually want.
Oh,
Like a bonfire. That you can oh. Shit. That good.
motherfucker!
ladies and gentlemen, we had our first party foul, and the look on Jose's face right now is
No.
priceless.
Looks like I pissed myself.
It does look like you pissed. That's okay. We'll
Okay.
go with it.
All right.
So, as I was saying, this is basically like a bonfire you can see from space. Your favorite kind.
As I was pouring, Justin dropped his mic.
I did.
Which
In
was
excitement.
It was a
in
micro.
excitement, yeah.
I couldn't contain myself because I love Pure Project so much that I did. I whacked my microphone. I did the mic drop for Pure Project.
Yeah.
Which caused
Literally.
me to become a little unsteady and pour
Kind of like
beer.
it went like this. Oh, jeez. And now Jose looks like he peed himself.
Well, it doesn't look like that. It just looks like I cummed all over my pants.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, so
All right.
Pure Project. This is a triple IPA, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah. I thought, fuck it, go big, go home, kind of thing. But they do some damn good beers, and this is one of the few breweries that I'm willing to try, like the triples and the big boy beers, just
Yeah.
because they do it so damn well. It's like
I'm
so
cold.
smooth.
You're cold?
Yes,
I'm sorry that you're cold.
because I spilled cold beer on me.
We'll warm you up after this
I hope
podcast.
so.
Yeah, okay. All right, so this is a triple IPA with orange and vanilla, so I think we're going to get some creamsicle type flavors here.
Yeah, this is one. I'm trying to remember if this is one of their standards, or I think this is a relatively new. So Merc Shake that's the name of this one.
So that's kind of, well, the Merc Shake is different, but they kind of like
Yeah.
to be a little different than other breweries.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
rather than call it a hazy,
They call it
because
a
they're not
murky.
on the East Coast, as Jose would say, they call
Yes.
them murky IPAs.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds more. Well,
So-
it sounds more like the South.
So for Jose, Pure Project down in San Diego, they've got several locations. Miramar, they have Pure at the Park down at Balboa Park.
Oh, I like
And then they have the brand new place in Carlsbad. I think it's Carlsbad or Vista that they're opening up, but you got to check it out. They have fucking plants growing out the walls. Everything's like all organic. They use all organic materials. And then they donate 1% back for the planet for
Nice.
everything that they make and sell.
And actually, my girlfriend the other day sent me an email. I guess they're doing like a sort of meet the author mystery series. So
like
I was
Dr. Seuss.
kind of, yeah. Well,
That's Dr. Seuss week. I
big boy
think.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
So
But it
Pure
looked pretty
Project, another San Diego brewery picked up right here in our own backyard at the
Yep.
Craft Lounge.
Yep.
Yeah. So they actually did, and I went to it, the Pure Project tap
That's
takeover
right. Yeah, we mentioned
at the
that.
Craft Lounge, and that was freaking badass because that night Jimmy had on tap a beer that wasn't even released yet. They were releasing a special release that next day.
Yeah.
So I was drinking it before all the fuckers in San Diego were drinking it. So that was kind of cool. But Jose,
The only thing that's very upsetting about this beer is that majority of it's on my pants. So it's never didn't get to hit our lips, didn't get a chance to be metabolized in our body, go through our kidney system, and come out as pee for us to enjoy.
You
the
can
smell.
always wring out your pants into your glass.
It's not. It doesn't do that justice. This pant has like dog fur, my own semen, and a bunch of other kids like fingerprints. And it's not that I'm a pedophile or anything, but I have kids.
So, yeah.
That's creepy.
Just
So what you're trying to say is
Just for
you
the-
like the beer.
Just for the
I
record, Jose,
enjoyed it.
don't ever kill anybody because apparently you got way too much DNA on your pants.
Yes, I have a lot of DNA in my pants.
So
All right. So, Merc Shake, triple IPA with orange and vanilla. Let me dive right in. Let me smell it first.
Yeah. Josh, by the way, what is a triple IPA? What does that mean? Like, I know a double IPA, so I'm guessing it's just more hops.
yeah,
Add more.
more
Just
hops, more malt, more alcohol.
That's it.
Typically, your typical IPA is going to range in about the 6.8 to like 7.6 range.
About that.
When you start getting into like the 8, almost 9% range, that's your double IPA.
Okay.
And then when you start getting into your 10 and above, that's when you're probably pretty much triple IPA.
Wouldn't that be also? Wouldn't be like considered like a barley wine?
Not quite.
Yet.
Well, barley wines turned out to be its own style unto itself.
Oh, okay. I always just thought the higher you get in the percentage,
Yeah. Well,
that's when you hit like barley wine style.
traditionally, back in the day, yes, barley wine was
When we-
your
when we
high
started
octane beer, and they did tend to throw a lot more malt, more hop, and that was just kind of the standard. But now that we have a lot of the diversification amongst the beer world,
A mixed bag,
yes, we get a mixed bag.
as I described to my son yesterday.
Yep.
I remember.
Good job with that, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, here's my thoughts on the Merc Shake triple IPA by Pure Project. I
Do you
feel
Do you have more?
I feel like
Do you have more?
here.
Sure.
Let me take a sip. I'll let you have some of mine.
That's not enough.
I feel like no matter what I drink from Pure Project, it's way too fucking delicious.
yeah.
Oh god,
And I think Jose's proven that right now.
it's fucking delicious.
That's good, huh?
I like it. It's got everything that you fucking need.
And
Taste.
the crazy thing is because it
Yeah.
says orange and vanilla, right? And I can taste both of those.
Yeah.
But what I like about that, and we always talk about this, is when you give me these flavors and they're not sweet, but I still get the flavors,
Yeah.
I'm fucking in love.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And dude, Jose just stole Josh's too.
I think we just made an addict.
So-
Let me just go and sit, man.
Yeah, go for it.
You can kill it after that.
All right, so Jose, let me ask you a question. Do you like Pure Project Brewing?
Wow, from what I've had, yes. But downside, and there is a downside,
It's on your pants.
besides that it's on my pants. If I was at a grocery store, and sometimes I like to get creative and just pick beer, I would not pick this beer just because the art of it is so extremely plain and boring that I would just literally just pass this on the shelf.
Yeah.
Just going off.
I could see that on this one.
Yeah. I look at it, I was like, I'd probably pick it up and be like, well, that's pathetic.
But now, no, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
Pure
power.
Project. When you see that little logo there, the little hop,
I
circle,
would definitely grab it off the shelf. But
Yeah.
before tonight, if I were to literally just be scanning, be like, okay, tonight's going to be experimental night. Let's go down to, Total Wine. Or
You would have
Bedwell.
grabbed that only 90s kids.
Grab
will
that
get
for
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Grabbed a few of the other ones, but I would definitely would have passed this one up.
But you didn't tonight because
All right, because it's here.
the BeerDad knows his stuff, and Josh said, "What do you want me to grab?" And I said, "I've already got some Pariah and some Novo. Go ahead and grab some." What did I tell you? Pure Project and Creative Creature.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Craft Lounge.
Yep.
So right in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, but I want clean glasses for this.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
I
gonna
kind of
get
feel like we've done a lot of mix diversity with
diversity.
The, with, yeah. We should have a
Diversity
clean
in
glass.
beer.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should finish off the night with at least clean glasses.
All right.
So, but point being made that if you want more of that,
Right.
Craft Lounge has it and more from
Nice.
from Pure Project. He's
And
actually
you can buy like the cans there too,
yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah,
how
that's-
that's what
That's
I got.
what that is.
Oh yeah.
I bought the can to go.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I don't know. Sometimes these places just do like just tap and don't carry the cans or some plastic.
He does both, and he also, if you want to, you can have him pop the can and pour for you on the spot.
Nice.
You can drink it there.
Remember early in the early 2000s, barley and hops.
Oh
my, that was like the early version of.
Yeah.
these
If
guys.
you want like the White Buffalo of fucking craft beer bars, barley and hops and Temecula, man.
Yep.
For all our listeners in the area, if you remember this place, you know fondly, just badass fucking like
Dude, they were amazing.
craft beer bar, like.
150 beers.
And I love their slogan at the time. We have 300 awesome beers, one crap.
Yeah,
What
was that, PBR?
Bud
Quart or Bud Light
Bud Light
quarters or
Coors,
something. It was one of those fucking
Yeah,
things.
because people kept asking for it. We're like, "What's the shitty one?"
Yeah.
They're like, "It's whichever one people keep asking for." I'm like, "Why the fuck would you come to this place?"
That reminds me of like you get a lot of the breweries, and they'll hey, do you got Budweiser? Yeah, right over there. See that? And it's like a water cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Or like Inland Wharf in Murrieta, they have their water tap, and all the glasses that they have are for like Ballast Point, Budweiser, Coors Light, like all the they say Ballast Point sold out, but they're back, Kings and Convicts. But
yes.
Ballast Point closed down in Temecula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that
so
was a
the
weird
whole
one.
story, I mean, real quick, just to brush up, Ballast Point sold out to Constellation Brewing, which is a large, beverage company.
Yeah.
Sold out to them, and then Constellation actually just resold Ballast Point to Kings and Convicts Brewing, based out of, I believe, Illinois.
Yeah.
And so now they're back to being an independent brewery. So hopefully it'll improve things. But yeah, the Temecula store closed down. Maybe
I never
they'll
got
come
to
back.
go. I never got to go.
Yeah. I never
was
did
all right.
either. Yeah.
I went there for fun night.
Now this beer that we're about to have next, I've been
it's
to their
one-
brewery
this-
that's here in Temecula, and I've been to it once and once only because I was not impressed with their, I would say, customer service.
Okay.
And
I don't go there for the. I just get the beer to
Yeah.
go. Now I've eaten there a couple times. It's good. Some restaurants are better than others. I will say though, the one in Temecula really sucks, food wise and customer service wise. But I just go and get beers to go because Karl Strauss makes really good beer, and that's what we're having. We're having some Karl Strauss. But Karl Strauss, if you're listening, customer service at Temecula location, no bueno.
sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I actually did not leave a tip. Like
Yeah.
the waitress was that bad. Of like, I'm like, dude, like seriously, and our bill was like $75.
Right.
So it was 20%. They would have made at least a decent amount of
Yeah. About $12
gratuity.
somewhere around there.
a gratuity that they would have enjoyed for the rest of the night. But like the individual didn't. It pretty much I think like ignored us.
Yeah.
And I was just not impressed. And my wife's like, "What do you want to leave?" I'm like, "Believe it or not," I'm like, and I've done this a few times, and like, you really have to do a horrible job for me to be like, "You're leaving 0."
You know what I've noticed? A lot of these breweries that have restaurants, the service always sucks.
Yeah.
The beer's always
The beer
delicious.
is amazing. Karl Strauss makes amazing beer.
Yeah, but the service sucks. I will say this though: if you want good service, believe it or not, the Karl Strauss at City Walk at Universal Studios, I've never had a problem.
Oh yeah, we gotta go there.
Usually, every year when I go to Halloween Horror Nights,
You haven't gone in a while though.
and I went this last year.
Well, you went in like almost a year or 2 years.
No,
where
it
you
was
didn't
like
go.
4 years that I didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to go every year.
Well, I mean, might best be the Temecula because I went to the one in La Jolla and that
Good.
place is fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Right,
Food was
and,
good.
and I've heard other ones that's
Yeah.
not Temecula where like people are like,
Well, the one in
Crazy.
the one in Mirror Mesa is pretty decent, but I've never actually. I don't think I've been there once. I think for actual meal, but they do a Sunday brunch that's amazing.
"Ooh, I love brunch."
But that's like you get up and get it yourself. You don't need a waiter. They just bring your drinks.
Hey, can't go wrong with that.
But at any rate, Karl Strauss, they do, like Jose says, makes amazing beer. You guys are in for a treat because this is peanut butter cup porter.
okay.
And
I
this
was
is
hoping,
some,
I
this
was
is
hoping you
something
had some extra.
this is something that they haven't made in 2 years. They stopped making it, which pissed the fuck off me because this is like one of my favorite beers of all time because you can only get it once a year.
Maybe they heard. Maybe they listened.
I did gripe. I did tag them several times on Twitter and called them. I might have called them a few subletives, bad names. Who knows? Whatever. Karl Strauss, I still love you, but they stopped making it. Pissed me off because I would look forward to it every Halloween Horror Nights. I would go and I'd have my peanut butter cup porter, and then I'd buy a few bottles I'd drink some, I'd sit on a couple, and then it'd go away. Well, the last couple of years, they stopped making it. Randomly, out of nowhere, this year for Valentine's Day, they had a special release. And they were just kegs, so this is a crowler.
So compared to Angry Beaver.
Belching Beaver.
Or yes.
Uh-huh.
I like Angry, though.
Angry Beavers.
Oh, yeah. But your Belching Beaver peanut butter.
This is better.
No shit.
Well, and
you
because I
used
like
to praise that one all the time.
it's still one of my favorites, but this is better because I like stouts, and the reason why I like this better is because you get a lot more of the peanut butter flavor, and because it's a porter and not a stout, I can drink a lot more of it. Stout fills me up really quick.
Yes,
especially when I buy those big bottles of the Belching Beaver. I like get towards like 3/4 of that, and I'm like, oh man, especially if I've already had a meal. Yeah. But like this porter right here, this 32-ounce crowler, I could. Well, I just did. I did a chug on Brews and Dubes. I did a chug of this not too long ago, and just all 32 ounces like that, no problem.
Stouts should not fill me up. Maybe that's why I like Guinness so much.
Yeah. Well, Guinness is a pretty light stout as far as stouts go.
It's creamy. It's amazing.
Yes.
Don't get me started on Guinness.
So this is good. So Valentine's Day special release. This is why the beer wife is awesome. She just went, and for whatever reason, our Karl Strauss, the Temecula one that has horrible customer service, crowlers were $5. So she bought a shitload of them.
Nice.
She could have sucked her dick.
That could have been nice too.
What would you rather have? The beer or
you know, the mother-in-law is probably listening.
I don't know.
Yeah. Awkward.
It's not that. She's met me. It's not that awkward.
Yeah, she knows you.
Yeah. It's
so,
not that awkward.
anyways.
Remember the baby shower last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, peanut butter cup porter. So, Josh, I'll let you do this one.
All right.
You got, crowlers are a pain in the ass to pour, so you might want to be careful with that one.
Oh.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
big boy pop
That's
there.
a big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, pain in the ass.
On my ways.
Yeah, I got an update on my Ring doorbell. Neighborhood alert.
What's going on in Winchester?
Stole my lawnmower from my porch today. So somebody got their lawnmower stolen today. So if you're in the Winchester area and you saw somebody steal someone's lawnmower,
Son of a bitch.
be
Vigilant.
or if you're the individual listening to this podcast who stole the lawnmower,
Right?
go give
So-
it back. It's not worth it.
So while Josh is pouring these beautiful,
Smell that from
delicious
They
Karl
smell
Strauss.
amazing. Like I'm not
You can smell the
nowhere
peanut butter.
near it.
Yeah.
You can smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it all the
So
way
while
from
he's
where-
pouring that, we're letting him settle. Go ahead and let him
Josh,
settle, fill him
What
up.
the fuck's with
We
this
got
pour
plenty.
though?
Oh, this was the first pour. You know that.
No, don't give me that. Don't give me that
Hey.
premature. I'm 13. Come on, Electra, just give me a wet dream.
Crowlers don't pour like a regular beer. They're a pain in the ass.
Well, that's just because. Are you a virgin? I'm pouring beer tonight. What's going on?
He did fine up until now, but it is. I'll give it to him. It's a crowler.
I don't see it.
You ever pour from one of these bastards?
All right.
I
So
have.
while Josh is pouring that real quick, we're
All
gonna
right.
cut because I want to kind of go into some craft beer newsworthy events in the world of craft beer. They announced today that Untapped
Oh yes, that's right.
merged with
Beer
Beer Advocate.
Yep.
So for those of you that use your Untapped, look for some new features coming that are basically, essentially what happened is they bought Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate was struggling a little bit, and Untapped bought them. So look for that to increase whatever. It's newsworthy, so I thought I'd mention it. Also, there were several breweries that were outed recently, Josh. Remember 450 North had a little ABV problem?
Yep.
It's not just 450 North.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
So the Answer Brewing, who makes juice something smoothies, I don't know. Anyways, there's some other breweries that are having some ABV issues. So it's not just 450 North. So all the people that attacked 450 North, most of these breweries that make these super ultra sweet, thick, smoothie type beers, they're all going to have ABV problems. And I'll tell you why. I'm not the master brewer like you are. I'm more of a novice, obviously. But I do know this. When you brew a beer and you take your initial gravity, right? If you're not adding anything to it, you can take that as that's more or less what you're going to end up with.
Yeah.
But what these guys are doing is they're taking that initial gravity and they're calling it that's what it is. So I'm going to call this 11%, right? And then down the road, I'm going to throw about 800 freaking pounds of like plum puree into this thing. That's going to change the ABV immensely. And that's what's happening with these beers. I mean, they're going from 10, 11% to 3, 4%, 5%. And a lot of the craft beer community is all pissed off about it, but it's really just a brewer error, and it's across the board. And I bet if you tested all of these breweries that are making these, with the exception, I think it's Smoogie. So I think those guys are doing okay with their ABVs because they're doing it after the fact.
Well, that's the thing is, what these people are doing essentially is they're making the beer and then they're back sweetening it.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that when you back sweeten, you're essentially diluting the alcohol.
I mean, I look at it this way. I've got a 12-ounce glass, right?
Yeah.
I pour 6 ounces of vodka in it. My ABV is what 6 ounces of vodka
40%
is?
alcohol.
40% alcohol. If I take another 6% of cranberry juice and put it in there, am I going to be 40% alcohol?
No, you're 20%.
Right, exactly. And that's what's happening with
We're
these
doing
beers.
math?
We are. Jose's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on?
What happened? I blacked out.
We're talking about news. So recently there's been a problem in the craft beer world with these smoothie beers.
Who the fuck wants a smoothie? I just want beer.
There's
Come on, people.
There's some people, and I will admit we've had a couple of them that have been pretty decent, but
fucking cheerleaders.
but
Cheerleader beers. That's what it is.
Some
It's
of them
cheerleader
are.
beer.
But if you can actually get the ABV right, they're not bad. But what the problem is they're giving these high ABVs and selling them, and then people are taking them to companies and having them tested, and they're coming out, instead of being 11% like the can says, they're really 4%. And it's a big controversy right now, and everybody's talking about it.
So you're
I just thought I'd
getting
throw it out
cheated.
there. Yeah, basically, essentially.
Oh, that's like, remember the Wonder Bras back in the day?
Yeah.
You take it off, and it's actually an A instead of a C?
Yeah. You don't want that to happen.
No. Feel cheated.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Doesn't matter the size of the breast. I love either size.
Well, cheers to that.
I'll cheers. To that, yeah.
By the way, so that's about really all the news that I have in the craft beer world.
Oh, my God.
Jose likes that
Have
smell.
you smelled this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. I might have to clean myself up here after this.
Karl Strauss peanut butter cup porter. You guys, I know
What's
you're
the sticky
listening.
stuff on my sock? Is that
Right?
from you or from Josh?
I know you guys are listening, Karl Strauss. Please, 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 please make this a core beer. Just do it. Do yourselves a favor, because you guys, your
There's
district.
no shortage in peanut butter.
No.
Last time I checked.
Well,
Yeah.
Karl Strauss has amazing distribution, right? You can find Karl Strauss all over the place.
It's like
And
fucking
look, Jose's
aromatherapy.
chugging it right now. Oh, there's plenty more, so
Yeah.
you're good. But Karl Strauss, like,
Aromatherapy.
if they had this as a core beer, like, dude, it would dominate the market. I mean, PB Porter, come on, the
Belgian
smell.
Beaver has nothing on this.
I told you,
Has nothing.
this is
Well,
this
I
is
like
why.
Belgian Beaver.
Right, Belgian Beaver is a great beer.
Great beer.
But-
Not down me, you guys. But I'm just saying, this right here, I'm like, I don't know if you need to go like fuck its cousin or something just to get an extra boost on the recipe. But
Damn.
this right here has. So I've never had this beer before.
Really?
No, I've
I
never
thought
had
you
it.
had.
No, you
Okay.
had it and you drank it all before I got to your house.
Yeah, that usually happens.
Yeah. So the only benchmark I've ever had is Belgian Beaver.
Okay. Because I do drink a lot of peanut butter beers.
By the way, Angry Beaver is more of an old good TV show. If you remember the Angry
Yeah,
Beavers
yeah,
back in the day,
Wasn't it Two Angry Beavers?
it was 2 Angry Beavers,
Yeah.
but it's called the Angry Beavers.
I've ran across a couple Angry Beavers in my day.
Me too. Then
You ever seen 2 angry beavers going at it?
yeah, you
like
tell them to go
like
shave.
scissor fighting and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very angry.
Whipping out the scissors?
Ran.
So Karl Strauss peanut butter cup porter, amazing beer. It's actually not that bad in terms of ABV, 5.4, so easy drinking. It's a dark beer, very robust, and just the flavor points are on. I mean, it's just great.
Yeah. No. Go
ahead, Jose.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I could have, like, fucking aromatherapy all day with this shit. Just like,
My ride's almost here, so
He's really drinking it in.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to leave the other vehicle that I brought on the side of the street.
No, you're good. You can leave it in the driveway.
Well, no, that's the family vehicle, so I got to take that one home to the other one.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah.
just leave it in front of your cameras because I know being in fucking Compton, shit gets broken into.
I don't live in Compton.
Don't fucking tell people a lie. We just talked about smoothies.
We were talking about smoothies, but we're back to PB Cup Porter.
By the way, I don't know. Did you ever see the movie The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
There's that one scene where they're on the cruise ship or not, the yacht.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the FBI agents, and you kind of lose in translation what's really going on, but then you bounce back when the FBI agent goes, "Did you just try to bribe me?" And then you're like bounce right back into like, "Whoa, what the fuck did I just miss?"
Yeah.
Literally, that's just what happened in our conversation. I literally blacked out through the whole fucking thing until you said people are being cheated on their fucking alcohol content. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the BeerDad and Brew podcast never ceases to amaze everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We got all our everything. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna those are rookie numbers. How many times do you whack off per day?
2.
Yeah, that's rookie numbers. You might have to bump that up.
4. I think it's 4. The recommended dose to really be a man is, I think it's 4. Is what Matthew McConaughey was selling.
Good stuff.
Also, they keep getting older.
Right.
I stay the same. Yeah. Or no, wait. I keep getting older, and they stay the same. They stay the same.
Well, that high school girl.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So Karl Strauss,
Yeah. Good job.
damn
on this
good
one.
beer.
Damn good job.
You
on
guys
this one.
suck though because you don't make this year round. Please consider at least coming out with it every year and bottling it.
I might
Yeah.
touch myself.
Yeah. This is come worthy beer right here.
Yeah, this is good stuff. So
Come
we
hither.
we rounded the gambit here. We did a full turn down in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
We had some Creative Creature and El Cajon, Mexican lager.
Yeah.
El Cajones.
Yes, El Cajones.
That was very, very good Mexican lager. Then we had some of your Mexican lager to complement that.
Yeah.
Very
by,
good.
By the way,
With a gancito.
you mentioned San Diego as like kind of the theme of tonight, and I forgot to throw this in earlier with my beer. The reason why I wanted to kind of include that is I had a really awesome compliment paid to me a while back.
That
So
you look like Edward Norton,
I don't like that's not a good compliment.
but you do look like Edward Norton.
I've been tempted to go to parties with this shit and just fuck things up and be like, "Oh, man, Edward Norton, fuck you," and punch some guy in the mouth and walk out of the fucking.
Here's my business card.
Yeah,
Ed Norton,
Yeah,
Ed Norton.
yeah,
formerly Hulk.
yeah, and
Yeah.
also formerly
Don't
fucking
get me
American
angry.
History X too.
Right?
That's the part I hate about it. It was like, "Are you Nazi?" I was like, "Fuck you."
That hurt him for a little bit
That did.
Yeah,
by
it
doing that role. It really did.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
It was a great-
It
it
was
was
a
that
good.
movie.
It was a
Yeah.
good movie, but
Yeah.
it definitely typecast him, and people were like, "Dude, you're racist." And he's like, "No, bro, I'm an actor."
I'm an
Yeah.
actor. Well, when you curb stomp somebody on,
Yeah,
That was pretty
international-
brutal.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Just when like he puts the teeth on there and you hear it, it's like,
Ugh.
oh,
Yeah.
well,
but
Either
either,
way.
either case. So I went to a tap takeover with Thorn Brewing out of San Diego.
Uh-huh.
And I met up with the guy who's basically just distributing out in the desert there, and I'm talking to him, and I was like, yeah, like they do Barrio Lager, which is a Mexican lager,
Right.
It's fucking really awesome.
my pants are still wet, by the way.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you want to also taste a really awesome Mexican lager, Barrio,
I've had it. Thorn Street.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thorn Street, good stuff. Either
Never
case,
had
like,
it.
I got if you get a chance to find it, it's good. So they also
Well,
price
actually,
it
let me
really.
look at my Untapped
Yeah.
because I have a lot of beers
Yeah.
I've checked in.
But either case, I got to
Ooh.
talking to this guy, and
Got your badges.
I mentioned, I was like, the cool thing was this tap takeover was like right up the street from where I live. It's the local bar pub, the La Quinta Old Town tap room.
Dude, that
Cool
place
place.
is fucking amazing.
Yeah, good
if
place.
you're down there, go.
Go.
You will see not only amazing beer, but you will also see some interesting cats.
Yeah.
It is the only place that I have gone to where I have seen 80-year-old females with bolt-ons. Like, they just got their bolt-ons done with the facelift.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Right. God bless America. But it was like, I remember I was sitting down with you. Remember, I was like, what the fuck? And it was the only time where it's like, if you've never been to La Quinta, it's a place to really experience a world of diversity and not only wonders.
Just don't go during the summer.
No, you have
Actually,
to go. That's when you
No,
want to go.
it's
That's
too
when you-
hot.
at night. Don't go
Actually,
during the day.
you want to see some fun? Go there fucking during Coachella, man.
Well, I've been
Oh,
there,
Mhm.
working for the Boo Boo
Yeah.
Bus, working EMS. I worked a couple Coachellas, and I had enough.
I never worked there for a reason.
No,
Yeah.
see, I'm talking about like the tap room where
Oh, yeah.
the party's not necessarily happening. I actually remember when I went there and ran into a couple of people that were like stranded there. Like their buddy was supposed to pick them up and take them,
And they're stuck.
But they were cool people. Like I
Yeah.
met some guy from Brazil.
You've
fucking
also
random.
met
I remember
Chase
that.
now.
We talked
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that, I think,
yeah.
in the
Oh,
last San Diego
yeah.
episode.
But sorry, coming full circle, I talked to the guy from Thorn, and I went up the road, came back with this Mexican lager recipe, and this guy, he's like testing it, drinking it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to pay you a good compliment. This is the best fucking Mexican lager I've ever had.
Nice.
Thorn Brewery in San Diego.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was like, I've had a bunch of Mexican lagers. Everyone in San Diego is doing a Mexican lager. This is the best. This is the best one.
The one that we had tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was
the only
good.
beer I've had from them is a Relay IPA, and I gave it a 4.
Oh, so you like it?
I did,
Yeah.
and it's the Relay IPA is a 7.2 ABV. Let's see, when did I actually drink this beer? That's what I love on tap. It like stamps, like
So-
when you actually do it.
So back to rating. Jose, what would you give this peanut butter cup porter by Karl Strauss?
Ooh, 4.5.
4.5. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
either,
right up there.
I think I'm either a 4.5 or 4.75. I can't remember.
Believe it or not, I only have like 2 or 3 beers that have 5.
Yeah.
First one, obviously everybody knows, Guinness. Second one, Chimay Blue.
Yep.
I love Chimay.
Oh, yeah. Gotta never go wrong with Chimay.
I'm sure there's a third one out there. I believe it's the Murphy's Red. Who's that? If
So,
you've never had
by the way,
Murphy's
if you
Red.
can't tell by Jose's taste in beer, his name is Jose Seamus Orozco.
Yes.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
He is he's Mexican, but he's internally green-blooded Irish man.
Smittix, Murphy's,
Smittix, Murphy's.
Guinness.
What else?
Harp.
Harp is part of the Guinness family.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yeah. it is-
Anything Guinness, I've had literally almost at least, and Guinness obviously has a variety of beers. I've had about 7 of their beers. Obviously, I've never gone to the country.
By the way,
We're working on that.
We are.
We're
We are.
working on
Aaron from Brewkaipa, he put up a recipe for carne asada that's marinated in stout, and I meant to tell Jose to maybe try that
yeah,
with some
that's right.
Guinness. I think that might come out pretty good.
It'll be good.
January 6, 2019 is when I had this Thorn
Nice.
Relay IPA.
A year and 1 month ago.
So most likely it was with you.
That might have been at the La Quinta.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I don't-
because that was shortly around the time I remember talking to the guy.
Yeah.
So it might have been some dregs left over from the tap takeover.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know how to be with you.
either case.
So, well, we've done very well for ourselves down in San Diego. The first San Diego episode, I did a lot of history of San Diego. We don't really need that. Everyone knows it's the craft beer capital of the world. They have breweries opening like every 3 days almost, it feels like. Just a number of great breweries. I wish we could sample them all. I'm glad we had a couple of new ones that we haven't had before, like Pariah. I'm really excited about that 90s IPA, not just because of the can art, but it was actually really good.
I love that can art.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pure Project, very, 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 very good. Novo Brazil, good. What else did we have? Was that it?
Oh,
Karl Strauss, obviously,
yeah,
at the end, the peanut butter.
Creature.
Creative Creature,
Creative
great
Creature.
stuff.
Yeah.
San Diego, killing it in the craft beer game for all my listeners that are all over the country. We know we got listeners in Ohio, New York, Florida, Japan, Australia, Norway, the Netherlands, all over the yeah. We're all over the place. We got over 800 listeners. Sounds like not a lot, but that's a lot for us.
Yeah.
So we're sharing the craft beer community with everybody all over the place. So that's really awesome. I'm really excited about that.
Either way, on a side note, for anybody who enjoys drinking alcohol, just like the rest of us do, just keep in mind, make sure you're being out there, you're being safe, you're not drinking or driving, and you're kind of really watching how much you really intake. I do have an individual friend of mine who's very close to me, who is in his mid-30s, who unfortunately has just been diagnosed with cirrhosis, who has to be put on a liver transplant, and he's got about 10 years to live.
Ouch.
Which, to me, that's to have a very close friend of mine to like have that situation happen to him is detrimental to like how I view like how much alcohol I should be drinking,
Yeah.
and how I'm like, okay, well, obviously everything in moderation is healthy.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, if you do have a drinking problem or anything like that situation, please
Seek
find
help.
some help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we want you to obviously keep enjoying this podcast. Drink responsibly as much as you can, and you know, if you're that individual and you're not sure, and you've had multiple friends, seek the help. Don't be like my friend who now literally he's got only 10 years if he does not get a new liver. So be safe out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Words of advice from the paramedic Jose Orozco. So that's freaking awesome. Wow, deep stuff.
It is.
But like we always say, drink responsibly, drink local.
Yeah.
Right. Get home safe. Whatever you got to do. Right. Call an Uber. Call a friend. Or like us, drink in moderation. We just do tasters, little shots here and there.
Yeah.
So no big deal. But this has been a great episode. We're gonna call it a day here. So San Diego craft beer, always the best. So that's it. Let's get to it.
It sounds good.
All
Adios.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Cheers.
Cheers.
They also practice by drinking the urine of a ram.
The what?
They drink ram's piss.
Because of the pH balance?
No, because if you can drink ram's piss, fuck, you can drink almost anything.
She said fuck.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunker, quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer! Can't get enough of it. Beer! How we really love it. Beer! Makes me think I'm a man. Beer! I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Cut my belly out to here. Beer! I could not refuse it. I could really use a beer. Beer. I can't remember how much I have had. I drank a 12-pack with my dad.